All right, and hey there, welcome to this first episode of Back Talking. I'm Blab. I'm Todd Wegerski, and I'll be your host for this show. Now, this is essentially episode 0, as I want to take some time before we jump into future shows and its subject matter to explain what Back Talking is all about, who I am, and where we're headed with the show. Now, with Back Talking, you guessed it, we will be discussing a wide variety of topics related to the back or spine, from arthritis, herniations, and sprain strains, and everything in between. We're going to mix in some anatomy, some physiology, some pathology, and just plain old science, all with the intention of helping you to understand, prevent, treat, or manage your back pain. So if you've ever suffered from back pain, are suffering from back pain, or know someone that is, well, this is the show for you. While there's no shortage of books, videos, websites, and other sources of information to gather information from, be it some good and some bad, Back Talking is different in that you get me. Hey, I'm a real person that you're able to interact with via Blab or through email. You'll have the opportunity to ask me questions, and hopefully we'll help you solve some problems that you're dealing with. And if I don't have the answers, I'll tell you, and I'll go find someone that does. So, who am I? Again, my name is Todd Wegerski. I'm a doctor of chiropractic, and I'm also an acupuncturist. I have a private practice in Cary, North Carolina, which is a suburb of Raleigh. And I'm just about ready to begin my 18th year of private practice. I'm originally from the Syracuse, New York area, Camillus to be exact. Growing up and to this day, I was very active in many activities, especially sports. I participated in football, soccer, hockey, and my favorite, baseball. I went to college at the University of Buffalo and graduated with degrees in industrial engineering. I worked as an engineer for 5 years and then decided to go back to school. I graduated in April of 1997 from New York Chiropractic College. And in that same year, I was licensed by the state of North Carolina to practice chiropractic. Now, in the 18 years of being in practice, I've had postgraduate training in pediatrics, orthopedics, neurology, rehab, just to name a few. And I became a certified acupuncturist in the year 2000. So over the years, I can't say that I've seen everything, but I've seen many different conditions and a whole lot of strange ways that people have hurt themselves that we could start a whole other show talking about. Now, the inspiration for this Back Talking show comes from my frustration with online sites that deal with back pain. Now, on several of these sites are forums where people suffering from back or neck issues seek out the advice from others regarding their condition. Now, I joined these forums thinking that this would be an awesome way to help people with their questions. My responses were purely educational, and I was trying to help them understand what their condition was. I tried to help them understand what imaging study results were and what their proposed treatment suggestions were as well. So I never identified myself as being a chiropractor, but I was just another individual in the forum handing out advice. Now, these forums are patrolled by moderators who are on the lookout for anyone that seems to be handing out medical advice or more common sense. But guess what? The moderator on duty for that session would accuse me of handing out medical advice and would erase my answers to the people that I was corresponding with. But what really gets my goat was that the moderators were themselves just full of bad advice and were extremely biased. And they were very strong in their opinions regarding what type of practitioner someone should see and the type of treatment that they should pursue. So it was left to the well-meaning members of the forum to discuss their experiences amongst one another, and their responses would make me cringe half the time. So it's no wonder that we have the back pain epidemic that we have today. Also, many questions were left unanswered. People posted, but got no responses back. So, back talking is my way to help bridge the gap that exists between people suffering from back pain or seeking knowledge about certain conditions to those who have the knowledge, expertise, and experience to help them. Now, we'll try to help people understand the different conditions of the spine, what it is, understand the anatomy involved, understand what imaging studies, what they're all about, what their treatments are, and expected outcomes. Now, initially, the discussions will be one-sided, with myself driving most of the discussion. But future topics will be based on user feedback, like yourself, and driven by the audience as you submit topics for discussion. The episodes will consist of educational discussions, Q&A sessions, special guests from other healthcare disciplines to get their perspective on back issues, and episodes of real-life case studies where we will talk with a back pain sufferer and get their story of what they have done, what worked, what failed, and such. Now, I plan on being here every Friday. I'll do my best to keep the show lengths to about 20 minutes. So I hope you will join me on the journey with the Back Talking series. Reach out to me. You can comment on this video, or you can email me at Todd, that's Todd, at backtalkinghelp.com. I'll repeat that again. It's Todd at backtalkinghelp.com. So like I said, this is episode 0. I wanted to jump right in with a topic, but I figured it was best to just introduce myself and talk about where we're headed with the show. So next week, so to give you a clue as to how this is going to work, I have an example of somebody that had written into me. And what it says, so basically this is a 33-year-old male suffering from back pain off and on for about the past 10 years. He has an imaging study, an MRI, which revealed a 1.2 centimeter bulge at L5. His pain's not so severe, but when he stands, it really increases his pain. His real question is that he lives in this constant fear of aggravating his herniated disc, and he's not living life to the fullest. So using that example, I'm going to talk about what he's got going on, what I think his condition is, and what he should do about it. So reach out to me, people. Again, it's Todd at backtalkinghelp.com, or just leave me a message here on this video, and I'll see you next Friday.